What's up, everybody? Ignore the looking like crap. It's like 4:30 in the afternoon. I quite literally just woke up. Worked a third last night. I gotta go work one again tonight, which waking up at 4 is not going to be a good thing. We got a big day planned tomorrow, but figured I'd give you guys a couple updates. It's almost been a month since me and the old lady ended up breaking up. I went and saw her the other day so when I could get some mail and stuff from her, and of course did the typical stupid thing that you shouldn't do, which is pretty much have a nervous breakdown in front of her and be like, please take me back. And she's like, yeah, cool story, bro. So, kind of lost my mind there, and then after talking with my mom, my brother, and Bill about everything, I ended up realizing that most of what she had done was like ninja'd my brain, like made me feel like everything that was screwed up in the relationship was all my fault. And technically, it takes two in order to make a relationship. So I'm not the only one at fault here. Like, she kept complaining I wouldn't clean, but I realized that I seem to be like one of the only people in the relationship actually cleaning and doing anything. And sadly, I will admit I'm a slob. I'm not a huge clean freak or clean fanatic. In fact, back when Bill and I used to hang out in high school, he used to give me shit because quite literally I'd just take my clothes and throw them on the floor and only, pick them up to throw them downstairs into the basement so when, my mom or sister or somebody could do up the laundry, or never really picked up any of my soda cans or any of my garbage and shit until it got so bad that my mom was like, this motherfucking pigsty needs to be cleaned now, type of thing. And it's not a matter of that big of a slob anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've gotten better about it, but she would quite literally tell me that everything was my fault for not being cleaned or anything. And, so it made me feel like everything was my fault when, no, it wasn't. But I don't know. It's one of those things where I've finally realized that after talking with them, you know what? Screw her. I don't need to like stop my life, leave it here, and just not move forward. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try to pick my shit up and get going. And here's where the rant begins. In typical fashion, because again, I was single from hell all of my life up until her. She was quite literally the first actual true real relationship type of thing. Like, I've had, long distance over the phone and on the internet type of things, and never really panned out. Not until her. And I was talking with a buddy of mine because she made a comment to me as I was leaving about how she was talking to one of my best friends, a lot, because he quite literally was going through the exact same thing that I was. The only difference is he has a kid and a wife. Well, had a wife. Him and his old lady are essentially breaking up, and his old lady was saying that, he had rage issues and this and that and the other and irresponsibility and meh, 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 meh. But then at the end of the day, come to find out she was cheating on him with at least one dude. I think it might have been two different guys that she was seeing, while they were, dating, or while they were married type of thing. And, kept telling him that he wasn't spending enough time with his daughter, which is weird because pretty much every time I ever, saw the dude or saw a status update on Facebook, that's all he was talking about was, how much fun he was having hanging out with his kid. So I was like, the fuck? So I got a hold of him and I was like, hey man, look, I know she told me that she was talking to you an awful lot. I know her well enough. She might be trying to, either do like a dating situation, to getting in some love making, I suppose, because, But he was like, oh no man, dude, you ain't gotta worry about that. I've been talking to a couple girls on this here dating app. And I was like, okay. He was like, yeah man, give it a try. So of course I give it a try. About a week goes by, nothing pans out. Grabbed up another one. It's been almost a week. Had maybe 2 conversations with a chick and haven't heard from her in like 2 days. So I'm going to assume that's a no-go. And that seems to be my problem with this shit. Like, most of these dating apps, they claim to be free. You make up your profile and you go to talk to people, and then as soon as you go to talk to people, oh wait, we need money. See, we got to pay for our servers and pay for people to keep the website maintained and updated, so we're going to need a subscription fee from you. You said free. Free is free, motherfucker. And I get it. You know, they're right. They got to pay for server fees, you know, maintenance, updates, you know, all the tech that's got to go into it, all the technicians that got to go into it to make sure everything's updated. But it's not anymore. It's not even worth your time. It doesn't matter if it's a dating app, a fuck buddy app, any of that. Like, none of them seem to be worth it. Because believe me, before I got with my old lady, that's pretty much what I was doing, was like roaming from internet dating website to internet dating website. And like I said, whether it be a fuck buddy site, an actual dating website, anything like that, none of them are fucking worth it anymore. At least not if you're not paying. Now, if you have the spare cash to blow on like $150 subscription fee for like a year, and if you pay for the full year, they'll actually give you a year and 2 months. No, fuck on you, okay? It's not worth your time, and it's not worth your money anymore, especially seeing as how a lot of these places go completely unregulated. They don't check profiles, they don't check profile pictures. They just tell you, don't do this, don't say that, and don't do this, and they only really check your shit if somebody sees something that seems hinky, would probably be the best way to describe it. Like, if you're throwing up, you know, links and stuff to different websites, and, oh, check me out on this, and, oh, look at this, and, you know, different random crap like that, and it's like, okay. They don't monitor the fact that a lot of the people that are on these sites are fake spam people. Like, no joke, I've seen 4 different accounts on, like, one website where quite literally is, like, the same profile picture, the exact same information, the exact same everything. All they really did was change the person's name, email account, a phone number, but it was still the same profile picture and almost the exact same copy and pasted freaking profile. And it's like, you don't have a motherfucker who's in charge and making sure that he, you know, goes through at least like 100 of these a day. He's an administrator. He has full access to all this, and he can't just go through it go through at least 100 to 120 profiles a fucking day and make sure that none of them are, you know, the exact goddamn same. Make sure that it's not fake spammy bullshit where, you know, it's some dude living in Wyoming being like, oh yeah, I live in Illinois. Yeah, no, just send me a whole bunch of money so I could get my car fixed and I'll come see you. Really? You guys are going to be that lazy about it? Not regulate that shit? You're going to leave it up to me to actually make sure that I, you know, pay your subscription fee to then tell you that you have fake, shitty, spammy profiles? Yeah, fuck on you. I'm not doing your job for me. Not if you're not going to do anything for me. It's completely retarded and a complete and utter waste of your fucking time. Not to mention the fact that most of these fucking places, by the time you finally get there and you're like, oh, she seems really cool, or if you're a chick, oh, he seems like a really nice guy, let me try talking to him. By the time you end up doing that shit, they're not on that fucking site anymore. And they don't allow you to delete the profile if, you know, you get sick of the shit. And that's if you actually give 2 shits enough to actually go through and delete the profile. You know, erase the pictures, erase the, you know, everything. Excuse me. So far, I've only seen, like, one place where you could quite literally go into the settings and be like, yeah, I'm not having fun here. Delete my profile. Get rid of this shit. If I feel like coming back to it, I'll come back to it and, you know, re-sign up. But I don't know. Like I said, none of them seem worth it. None of them really seem truly worth the fuck. I don't know. I honestly don't know about it anymore. Like, it doesn't matter if you're going through, like, a big name with a commercial, like an eHarmony or a Match, or if you're going through something without a big name, like, you know, a Plenty of Fish or a Meet Me, or, hell, even, like, a Tinder or some bullshit like that. Like, most of these are nothing more than spam bullshit in which there either aren't real people, or by the time you find real people, they've already up and left because they're sick of there being nobody fucking there. You either have to get in on one of these when it's essentially on the ground fucking floor, and then give it a good 2 months while it's on the ground floor, and hope to God that other people were smart enough to, go, oh, well, this seems like a thing. And, there you go, or you're shit out of luck. And that's just how it's always been, unfortunately. But I got the guys losing their minds, and I gotta go shave off the shame beard that I've been growing, because I haven't had the drive to actually shave, mostly because some of it was for filming over on Fandom Night, which don't forget to go check out the Fandom Night channel. And at the same time, I just kind of didn't really much care because, I figured, well, what's the point? I'm going to be alone the rest of my life. Me. Because you always think that stupid shit anytime you're, freshly out of a relationship or it's been a few months, Everybody gets sad. It happens. You just gotta remember to learn how to roll with the punches. And that's the one thing I completely forgot is roll with the fucking punches. I was single for 25 fucking years, and then had a year with a girl, and all of a sudden my life is over. Oh, well, it looks like I'm living. I'm seeing stuff. I'm doing stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm so broke I can't exactly go do much other than drive to work, fill up my gas tank, go hang out with the guys, come home, go to bed, drive to work, fill up the gas tank, and I can continue to go to work and go hang out with the guys. But that's a different story. That's because I don't plan on living here at my father's for too much longer. I'm hoping it'll be like another month, possibly 2 months tops, if I find one of these places that decides to be a douche and be like, yeah, the rent is $500 a month, but I need first month, last month, and a deposit of the exact same. And be like, $1,500, and I've got about $600 in the bank. Oh, gee, thank you. I will go fuck myself. But that's all I've got to say for right now. Again, go check out everybody else. Go to Fandom Night. I guess Jeremy Waller, the disembodied voice of Fandom Night, is currently in the process of fixing up the Fandom Night website. So we should have that up and running. So if you go to, I'll get to you guys on that later once it's actually up and running. But I'm pretty sure it's just going to be like fandomnight.com. I'll fix that later in my next thing and tell you exactly what it is. But we're going to have, of course, profiles for everybody, and everybody's profile is essentially going to have their YouTube account, an email address to get a hold of them. Which I've never given you guys my email, so if there's anything you guys want to talk to me about, yeah, right. It's just simply zmvrcw88 at gmail. There you go. Come communicate with me about stupid shit. I need to